TV, Amazon Fire Stick TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your sports news here first. The daily podcasts are Ken and Ken in the Morning, Lions Talk with Smoking Jeremy B, Wrestling Roundup, The Big Football Show, and more, Shield TV, Lions Villian Report, and Red Zone Rant. The afternoon podcasts are Valhalla Hour, Broseph Sports, WCFL Dolphins Talk, The Cheap Seats, The Bodkin Show, Spirit of Detroit Podcast, and M.M.Maniacs. The nightly shows are Palace Hall Report, Frozen Tundra Network, Skull Gang 365, The Huddle Sports Network Open Mic, First and 10 with Foz, Main Event Football Show, Prime Sports World, The Man Cave, Prim and Proper Sports, Spitballing Podcast, Lions Fan Cave Chat, Puckett, 313 Den Podcast, The Guys Huddle Podcast, Shots from the Sideline, Let's Talk Sports, the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast, Off the Rails, and Detroit Lions News. Hope you like all the shows. Make sure you follow, like, share, subscribe.
Hey, my name is Ray Flores. I'm a proud and loyal member of the First and 10 Tailgate. You are listening to First and 10 with my man, the main man, Foz.
First and 10 with Foz, Chicago Bears in the mix. Rapping about football, no room for politics. From the Windy City, we bring the fire. This podcast hot, raising the bar higher. Touchdown after touchdown, we never settle for less. Breaking it down with Foz, we always bring our best. First and 10 with Foz, dance in the crowd, cheering loud and proud. Our spirits never bow. We rep that navy, blue and orange, no room for doubt. Chicago Bears legendary, no team can knock us out. No team can knock us out.
When I'm in Chicago, always the Foz.
Full display. Hitting hard like a linebacker, making our way. Foz leading the charge, taking us to the top. Chicago Bears legacy, we can never stop.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to episode 51, First and 10 with Foz. Proudly streaming on the best and most original Facebook page, Chicago Bears Fan Forever. Maxwell, how are we doing tonight, sir?
Great, after 20 hours of sleep over the last 2 nights.
Dude, I'm still hurting. my mustache hair hurts and my beard hair hurts.
That's when you know you're still hungover.
I'd shuffle in 85, Kirk in town all weekend, so we got in on Friday, and it's 3 days back to back of drinking. And
I hear you.
That gentleman only drinks Jägermeister, so
I've never heard anything like that in my life.
Nobody has. Nobody has. We went out to like restaurants and bars, and he's like, I only drink Jaeger. And then he was ordering Jaeger cocktails, and people almost cried. I mean, wow. I'm just joking. Yeah, no, he only drinks Jaeger. I had a little bit, but I didn't keep up with them. But
Yeah.
Tailgate, First and 10 tailgating on Sunday.
Great
Maxwell was in attendance finally. We got him out there. What a great time, man.
Yeah, it was 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. It was great.
There were marriages, proposals.
There fucking was. I thought I dreamt that too.
Yeah. Dude, everything was going on, dude. Just absolute great time, man. Love the First and 10 fam. You guys haven't been out to a First and 10 tailgating yet off of Harrison and Wabash. Not sure what you're doing or where else you're going for Bears if you're a tailgater or go party during football. But, man, it's such a great time. Going to be a little bit here till the next one. When's our next home game?
I don't think it's till November 10th.
Yeah, we got a long haul here.
I think so.
Yeah, not till November we come back home. But rest assured, First and 10 will be back out there at 7 a.m. tearing up when we do.
Just listen for the music and you'll find it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Speaking of tearing up, we ended the Serenade on Sunday at my favorite place and the sponsor of the show, Bedrocks, where I had no business being on Sunday.
No, none.
After the game, but we were there and we had a good time.
Bedrocks Pizza, the place to be. Hard rock tunes and craft beers for me. Crowd is roaring, the atmosphere's hot. We'll party hard, give it all we've got. This place is our sanctuary.
Yeah, dude. So I actually brought my boss out to the tailgate on Sunday.
Yeah.
So people were like, "You brought your boss out?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I definitely did." And dude, such a fun time. She went into work on Monday completely just destroyed.
We sent her home good.
We sent her home nice and well.
Yeah.
So I think my favorite comment of the night was Mike Rivera from the tailgate went up to her and goes, "Are you Foz's boss?" And she's like, "Yeah." He goes, "Wish my boss had an ass like that."
Jeez.
she's super cool and laid back, man. But dude, it was so funny. I tried to prepare him what was going to happen. They didn't listen to me though. But I still have a job today, everyone.
That's very good.
So
That's very good.
that's all that matters. That's all that matters. All right, Maxwell, let's get into it this week, my friend. Going into the Carolina Panthers game and the Bears game. This is page 1 of 7 of the Panthers.
Oh my God, it was so ridiculous.
Dude, like, oh my God. Like, I thought our injury report looked bad at the beginning of this season. Like, I saw this and I was like, Jesus. Like, this is even all the bad players are injured. Like,
yeah, they were straight up guys off couch playing linebacker.
Yeah.
Like, it was ridiculous.
They're picking people out of the crowd to come.
It was pretty close to that. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, absolutely unbelievable. I couldn't believe when I saw this injury list how bad it was. Likely to say, we got through it though. We got through it. Bears extend their home win streak at Soldier Field to 8 games in the row, the longest in the NFL, my friend.
That's great. Hey, man, take care of them home games.
Well, small victories. We're taking where we can get it, dude.
Absolutely.
Dude, then 11 straight games in a row, we've allowed 21 or less points, dude, as a defense.
Oh, I mean,
isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it goes back to last year.
You think it's something like the best defenses out there, dude. They'll throw up like a 28, 30-something spot, dude. But 11 games in a row, we didn't allow more than 21 points. Imagine if our offense had been on point for all 21 of those, all 11 of those games, dude. Like,
ridiculous.
Just unreal, man.
Just a bunch of murderers on defense. I mean, that's the only way to describe it.
Dude, yeah, definitely. We'll get into the Panthers game here in a minute, but word on the street is we're traveling to London this week without Mr. Brisker, man. So
yeah, we talked about it. I mean, that's just the game he plays. He's probably, of the violent players on the Bears, he's the absolute most violent. And
we talked about good thing they have such depth on the defense.
They do. You got Elijah Hicks back there.
Yeah, because you got big hitters, people who sacrifice their bodies on plays, and Brisker's number one of them, man.
It sucks because of how talented he is, but like if he didn't play that violently, and that's his game. That is his game. That's how he creates his plays. That's how he plays. And it's just something you're going to have to accept with him as one of your players.
Yeah, dude. And again, like I said, I'm glad we have the depth. I'm glad we're playing
Jacksonville.
Yeah. Glad we're going to be going on the bye after that, too.
Yeah,
so,
that's huge, too.
It's going to give a lot of our guys some time, I think, to get back. Keenan Allen still hasn't been full 100%. And we'll get into the game. He didn't really have too much involvement that much. But yeah, man, it's gonna be a good opportunity for us to get some strength.
I think almost all offensive line will be healthy by after the bye, which is big. I mean they played better, no doubt, but I think that's huge too.
Yeah, Ryan Bates coming after IR and everything like that, it'll definitely be huge, man. But this Panthers game, bro, shellacking.
As it should have been.
Shellacking.
As I was about to say, is when you see an injury report for a team that's already bad and their injury report is this fucking long, you better stop them.
How scared was everyone we were going to lose that game?
That first
Let's
touchdown.
Just be honest.
I know we all at the bar had a guffaw.
Everyone just had like this feeling in the back of their throat. Everyone was
Indianapolis is still fresh.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
they're a bad team too. I mean, they're not Panthers bad, but I mean,
God forbid the headlines and the social media we'd be dealing with right now. But dude, I think it was a good turnaround game.
Yeah.
A lot of the Caleb haters shut up. The only ones who are still talking is like, oh, well, you beat 2 bad teams in a row. Let's see you beat Washington, Green Bay. Like,
okay, fine, but
there's still going to be those talkers. But I think for the most part, they've been gotten pretty quiet out there.
You can only play who's on your schedule, and you know, I was talking to my dad before the game, or before I came over here about the game, and yeah, they stomped the shit out of a bad team. But you know what good teams are supposed to do? Stomp the shit out of bad football teams. Yeah. And the Bears have a tendency to play down to their competition. Yeah. And this would have been the kind of game where we would have won 14-10. Not how everyone would have been feeling.
Yeah, exactly.
They did what they were supposed to do. A good team goes in and they beats the shit out of a bad team. And hey, that's exactly what they did.
And dude, I mean, bad teams end with a bad record and not making the playoffs. Yeah. But everyone does have their own Sunday, dude. Every bad team
any
has
given
their
Sunday
own
is a real thing. I mean,
really
look at the Giants this week. They went in and beat Seattle in Seattle. Look at the 49ers got beat by Arizona this week. Yeah, exactly. It could have just been easily. After that first touchdown, Caleb almost threw an interception on his first pass. It could have
yeah.
been 14-0 in a blink of an eye there.
Yeah.
We all would have been pulling our goddamn hair out. So
Said it was 7-0, and they only robbed 3 points the rest of the entire
absolutely.
game, which was absolutely awesome. Great momentum building game, man.
Mm-hmm.
Confidence builder, everything we wanted it to be, everything we talked about it wanted it to be. Caleb getting more comfortable, Caleb getting confidence, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Building on those receiver relationships with DJ Moore, Cole
Mm-hmm.
Kmet, and everything, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely awesome, dude. It's such a fun game to watch, man.
It was
games
awesome.
we love to watch.
And like right after that, Carolina scored. They come right out and just storm the field offensively. That excellent wide open throw to DJ Moore. Yeah, we're not going to put up with this crap. No, Caleb looked good all game. I thought 1 or 2 passes maybe, but I mean that's every week has progressed with Caleb. We've seen it every single
quarterback
week.
is 1 or 2 passes.
Yeah, no. That's my point. Like people say this or that. No, it's silly.
But people need to realize the reality. I watched a lot of bad passes from Patrick Mahomes last night.
Josh Allen. I mean,
yeah,
of course. That's what people I think fail to realize. Like, guys don't go 32 for 32 for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns. That's silly.
No, exactly.
You got to just, he audible out a lot of plays. They did a lot of no huddle offense all game, which I think is right in Caleb's wheelhouse.
Yeah, no, they're definitely letting them take more control there and be the captain.
Be the offense. Yeah. Run the offense that makes him comfortable, not try to fit him into an offense that doesn't make him comfortable. That's key.
You're wearing that fucking C on your chest. Let the guy be the C and make the calls.
And it's amazing that a guy in his 5th start is able to do that.
Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah. I'm definitely on the train right now of the progression. 5 weeks is more than we've seen out of our former quarterback in the time he was here.
I mean, I'm not going to like put too high a praise on it, but like the progression each week from a rookie quarterback that's gone up more and more, and they're asking more and more of him on offense is pretty incredible, I think.
Dude, 20 for 29, 304 yards, 2 touchdowns, 36 rushing yards.
No turnovers.
126, dude, QB rating, no turnovers.
And no turnovers,
Yeah.
2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, 5 weeks into the season of a rookie quarterback, 2 weeks in the row, no turnovers, man. Like
excellent.
Yeah, dude, I'd rather you protect the ball and take a sack.
He's talked about it, how, you just have to live to find another down sometimes or another drive. Exactly. I don't need to try to force it into every single window. Sometimes you got to throw the ball away. He's growing every week in front of our eyes, and I mean, I talked to a couple people text, I'm sure you did too. I mean, I was rock hard after that game. It was so sexy.
That pass to DJ Moore.
Oh my God.
In the end zone.
Oh my God. It was ridiculous.
It was just.
I mean, that's it right there. I mean, I didn't need to see anything else. I could have just went to bed right after that play, and
that's probably one of the most accurate, best vision throws out of a Bears quarterback.
Perfect throw, perfect catch. That's as good as it gets right there.
I'm jumping on that train, baby. I don't buy quarterbacks jerseys ever, dude, but like I'm invested, man.
I hear you.
Kid's awesome.
I like everything I've seen so far and heard.
DJ Moore, 105 yards, 2
Huge.
Touchdowns. 57 yards, the Cole Kmet dude.
Mm-hmm.
He had that awesome sideline catch too. He's been looking out for him in the corners, dude.
I'm glad he's getting more and more involved. I'm so glad.
Top 10 tight end, man.
Absolutely, DJ got involved. That's humongous. Because I think we all saw he was. I don't think he's the kind of guy to complain and whine, but he was a little frustrated the first couple of weeks. But
dude, he's doing too. And this is one thing I noticed again, just kind of following up on tape and reading the stats and seeing the numbers, like. 6 different receivers he hit during that game, dude.
Absolutely.
Spreading the ball around.
It's huge.
You see, that's what all those championship teams do. They spread the ball around so that you cannot pinpoint what someone's going to do. And he was all over the place, dude.
I think that's what they envisioned this offense being. Once
we have the talent all over.
That's what I'm saying. Make it a defensive coordinator's worst nightmare of who do I double team? Who do I target on these defenses? Okay, well, we're going to double team DJ Moore. Guess what? We got Keenan Allen, Roma Dunze, Cole Kmet, DeAndre Swift.
It's like what Sean Payton used to do with the Saints with Drew Brees in the past, dude. And you see it through Cincinnati a ton. You see it through Buffalo a ton. Like, spread the ball around, man. Like,
it's huge.
Keep them on their toes.
This many playmakers, and it worked out well. Granted, it's Panthers defense you're playing against, but he did exactly what he was supposed to do.
Swift coming alive, man, both on the ground and with his hands. 73 rushing yards, 47 receiving.
It's excellent.
I think you're going to see that nice balance between rush and catch, which
is
why they wanted him to start anyway.
Absolutely. That's still 110, 115 yards of total offense. That's all that I care about.
All day long. Man.
I don't care how the hell he gets his 100 yards, as long as he's getting 100 yards.
Especially when you can check him down on a blitz, dude. Like, let's go, man, all day long.
It's nice to have a running back that can catch. Absolutely.
And we use it. We used our power running back, Roshan Johnson, like we did twice, and he got 2 touchdowns in the game, man. It's just like, oh my God, like they've been figuring out what we've been saying the entire time. Way to catch up, coaches. Way to catch up. Oh, dude, but how about that scuffle after that Roshan Johnson touchdown, dude?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, dirty shit, man. I guess you're aggravated. You're getting destroyed.
You're getting
out
stopped.
there.
And they're adding on. Yeah, whatever. As long as nobody gets hurt, I don't
What
care.
are they
That's
supposed
football.
to do? Like not score the touchdown, or you know what I mean?
I always hate that too. I mean, those guys are paid athletes too. If you don't like it, stop them.
Yeah, that's your job.
Absolutely. And then maybe they were pissed off the Bears were running hurry up all the way up into the fourth quarter. They were up 20. I don't care. Stop them then.
Dude, even though we were shellacking them, we're still the team that needs that practice and offense on the
It's
field.
the fifth
during
game of the year.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Those are live reps. And
Yeah. What are we going to do? Put in Bajan or like
again, we weren't up 50-0.
Yeah.
We're up 27-7. We've all seen that movie before with the Bears. So
our offense needs all those reps, regardless of what the score is.
I don't give a fuck what the score is and who doesn't like it. Too bad.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Speaking of stop of it, that's what our fucking Bears defense does so well, dude.
Very good.
So well, my friend.
Yeah.
Only allowing 10 points the entire game. Like I said, 7 points in the first quarter, only
was it.
3 the rest of the game, dude.
Yeah.
4 sacks, dude. Booker got in there and got his first sack.
Mhm.
Billings. And then our man Dexter Sr., dude. What a
Love
game
him.
he had, dude. Sack, 4 hits on the quarterback, dude.
Yep.
Fumble recovery. Dude, he was everywhere, dude.
He's been exactly what everyone had hoped for, if not better. I think he has 14 or 15 quarterback pressures, which leads the Bears right now.
Yeah, dude. He's on fire right
He's
now.
playing excellent football. It's exactly what they needed from that 3 technique. He's a big dude. I mean, that's what you hope from your second-year guy you draft in the second round.
Yeah, I mean, you go back to the beginning of the season when they talked about his off-season workout and summer camp workout and how much muscle he gained, how much weight he dropped, things of that nature, dude. And he just became this agile beast, man.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's what we're looking for Austin Booker to do going into the next year, man.
But it's great that somebody
Yeah.
is stepping up so you don't have to rely on a young rookie who maybe isn't totally ready to be that guy.
Exactly, dude.
Dexter's who we want to be that guy, and he's being that guy right now. So it's huge, and it takes pressure off everyone else. When your defensive line plays that well, it just opens up spots for other guys like Britzker blitzing off the edge and murdering people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, murder himself this time. And
That's
he got a little
Shaquan.
bit too out there and he needed to relax. But
Yeah.
Like I said, he'll be back though. We talked about Brisker already.
That's the secondary too. I mean, like I don't even know if Jalen Johnson had a target in that game.
Dude,
They don't even throw near him. I mean, it's ridiculous.
have we seen Jalen Johnson all season, dude? Like,
But
to
like,
be honest
I
with
mean,
you,
like think
every
about
time we have, it's been an interception or a turnover.
yeah, like think about like just how awesome you have to be to where they don't even go anywhere near you.
Yeah.
Like they don't target the receiver, even if he's one-on-one. They don't want anything to do with that dude. They're going to target Stevenson or somebody or Kyler Gordon.
Yeah, which is fine because they're doing
That's taking away half a field.
almost as well as Jalen Johnson.
Absolutely, that's taking
They're
away
in the field.
That makes the team almost borderline one-dimensional. I
Yeah.
mean, they're not going to throw to one whole half of the field because they don't want anything to do with that dude.
Dude, 4 fumbles from Carolina, dude. 2 of them recovered by the Bears, but like 4 total, dude. Like,
Absolutely, just getting after it. I mean, that was what we didn't see until Montez Sweat got last year. Like you could see the talent there, but it's like we can't rush the quarterback. Now they're getting pressure on these quarterbacks. I mean, how quickly do you guys fold? Don't even when Caleb Williams had a lot of pressure put on him. It's exactly what you want your front end to do. And Matt Eberflus's credit, like he's not a big blitzing coach, but he's adapted to what he has, and he's blitzing a lot more, and it's great to see.
I never take away ever that it's hard to be a Bears fan or how hard it's been to be a Bears fan, especially the last like 15, 20 years or so.
Absolutely.
But my God, dude, my hats are off to the Carolina Panthers fans right now because it's hard, dude. And
it's bad.
One of my buddies, DJ Cat Daddy, he's an amazing super fan, dude. He will not give up. He's keep pounding all the way.
Sure.
He came out to the game, was at
Yeah,
the tailgate.
he's a nice guy.
Amazing guy. His son's a Bears fan, which I love even more. He's my adopted son.
Oh, man, that'd be a rough game for him then.
Yeah. But he was in the stadium, and when he came back, I was talking to him. He's like literally after DJ Moore's second touchdown, the entire place was just chanting, "Thank you, Panthers, for DJ Moore." And it's like, he's like, it was just like a dagger in his heart, dude.
It's bad for them, man. I mean, you already benched your number 1 draft pick last year. You got an owner that seems like Jerry Jones on steroids with his insanity and football thoughts. It's really bad for them, man. I mean, they're probably the worst organization in football right now.
Pink fan for DJ, my boy Mad Cat.
I feel bad for all the fans.
Yeah, dude. Like I feel you, man. Like we went through it, we've gone through it, dude. Like
at least they got a first-round pick this year.
It's a shitty time to do it, man. It sucks, but obviously, hopefully we'll turn it around, my friend.
Yeah, just not against the Bears, and that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, just a complete ass whooping and fun to watch, my friend. Let's move on to the Jaguars this week. So this week we're playing the Jaguars in UK, 9:30 a.m. game on Sunday. Is it 8:30?
8:30.
So this week, my guest is actually Captain Duval, and Captain Duval lives in the United Kingdom. He's the International Fan of the Year for the Jaguars. So he cannot come live on this show tonight because right now it's 1:30 in the morning where he's at. But I was actually off of work yesterday and had an opportunity to sit down with Captain Duval and do an interview. So let me go ahead and pull that up for you guys. And all right. Welcome, Captain Duval. What's up, everyone? Obviously doing the interview not live tonight on the show. Little time difference over the pond with us and Captain Duval. So the live show is at 7 p.m. on our end, and it's 1 a.m. on his time. So decided to do a little bit earlier. But super happy to have him on. Simon's a great guy. He's been doing a lot of awesome things. One of the most interesting super fans out there by far. Love him to death. Does so much for charity. He's an ESF brother. Saw his character, just had to have him on. So everyone, welcome to First and 10 with Foz. Simon, better known as Captain Duval. Captain Duval, how are we doing today, sir?
I'm good. Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you for coming on the show, man. Like I said, I saw your persona. It was on national television. I'm not sure if it was the Pro Bowl a year ago, but it was on like national TV. I'm like, what super fan character is that? Why have I not seen this guy anywhere before? I'm like, I definitely got to get in connection with him, man. So based upon that, man, I mean, obviously there's a history behind everything. Here in America, obviously teams are domesticated on where we live, and typically that's why you're that fan of the team. But obviously being in Europe, that's obviously not the case. So how did you become a Jacksonville Jaguars fan? Is there any ties to Florida?
Well, you're quite right that, over here, we don't have the kind of limitations or the ties like family ties or where you live, where you were brought up and everything. So I suppose we have an advantage that you're free to pick whatever team you like for whatever reason you like. So, and it's surprising when you talk to other fans, and the reason it could be literally down to that they like the color of the jersey.
Exactly.
It literally could be that. But I became a Jags fan. Well, I've always kind of followed the Jags, but I couldn't say I was completely 100% committed. I was more of a fan of the game, more of a fan of the NFL. And, I just love the whole family experience and everything like that. But this persona, the captain, came to be when it was finally announced that the Jags were coming twice in a year, which was only last year. And I thought, wow, these guys really deserve my 100% commitment, and they deserve to be, given all the support they can. So I thought, how can I do that? I want to be a very obvious Jags fan. And I have been an obvious Jags fan in the past with some really crazy costumes. But
I would love to see those, my friend. I think you nailed this one on the head, though. That's for damn sure. I will send
you. If you think this is freaky, you should see the other one. And that was back in 2019, I think. But I also wanted to be very British, so hence the bowler hat and the tails. The
English gentleman,
looking like a penguin. And that's all it was really, is that I just I wanted to commit, and I thought, right, they're here every year. I'm gonna be the captain every year, and then, as you say, it got picked up in the national anthem of the Bills game last year.
Yes.
And then the next thing I know is the Kelsey brothers are talking about me on their podcast, and it's just gone all a bit crazy, really. But
man, I think everyone had the same reaction that I had. Like, holy shit, who is that guy? Definitely came in. He came in with some thunder, my friend, when you got started, and everyone was kind of thrown back. Everyone in the superfan world, myself included, were like, who is that guy?
So, using it to full advantage, really. And the captain is sharing the love and raising money for charity and things like that. So, I found myself having, this platform that I can do good with. And I've never really been able to have the finances and things like that in the past to help with charities and things. And this, for the first time in my life, means that I can give back to those people that have helped me and similar charities and things.
100%. And you've been doing phenomenal with that. We'll get into that in a sec. I kind of want to touch on the beginning because obviously doing what you do is like such a super fan thing to do towards a fan base. Is there like a soccer club or anything in England, another sport that you're as passionate about that you do something similar like this for? Was this just strictly for American football?
I don't follow soccer at all. And I honestly never have. I've always struggled with the tribalism. They say it's not as bad as it used to be, but the issues that you can have in the fan base and things.
Sure, yeah.
It's not so much a family orientated thing. And I've always loved the way the NFL, you can, just little kids and babies and everything like that. And I thoroughly love that. So no, in answer to your question, I don't follow any soccer teams. Where I am now, I'm literally within the shadow of Southampton Football Club, a Premier Division League team. And no, I never have. And there's nothing else. It is only NFL. It's not, as yet, I've never even been to a college football game, which I hope to remedy at some point. No, it is only the Jags.
No, that's absolutely amazing, man. I love it, dude. I love it. So pretty much like it just turned you off, like the different like factions and the soccer clubs and all that, like just not an environment you're really keen to wanting to be around.
Sorry, say again.
The different soccer clubs, like the soccer hooligans and the different factions and stuff like that, like it just kind of turned you off, like that type of scenario.
It does. I mean, it's not everywhere, and it's not. I don't want to make it sound like it's a huge problem, but it is more of a problem. Would I think twice about taking, say, a grandchild to a soccer game? Would I have to check to make sure there's no famous kind of gangs or whatever? And there are. I mean, we caught an Uber to the stadium yesterday. Even though it was a Jets and a Vikings game, I went and just around outside the stadium looking for those elusive Jags fans. And catching the Uber there, I mean, he was talking about, we just had a conversation saying about the London teams, and he just reeled off all these gangs and things that are related with
crazy,
and I'm sure there are some teams in the NFL. I know the Eagles are a bit, they have a
Eagles have been labeled a little rough fan base, that's for sure.
But so as I say, maybe I'm making it sound like it's worse than it really is, but.
Oh no, not at all, man. I'm one of my favorite movies actually is Green Street Hooligans, about soccer clubs and things of that overseas, and it always intrigued me. Like it's almost like gang affiliation with certain like soccer clubs.
And there are names.
It's crazy, yeah.
I was surprised to listen to this Uber driver yesterday. He came out, as I say, with all these names, and I'm thinking it's like gang names, but for soccer teams, So. Yeah, well, I just.
Well, we're happy to have you in the NFL, my friend. So you got
you.
the family here, that's for sure. So, going into the background of the costume, man. I mean, for like a profession, like seamstress type stuff, or makeup, or any sort of like design background? Because I mean, it's super elaborate, man. Super elaborate.
My sidekick Renee, she always says that I get my skill from when I was a kid making model airplanes, making model airplanes. I did a qualification hundreds of years ago for art, and maybe what they say, practice makes perfect and everything. So, but I'll let you know a little secret. You notice that the captain always wears these yellow tinted glasses. These kind of what are they, driving glasses? And that's because I'm rubbish at doing the eye makeup. So, But, as I say, practice makes perfect. I'm getting there. So
how long does it take to go from Simon to becoming the captain? Like, what's the process, and what's the kind of time frame to get it all together?
Yeah,
I mean, what we see today.
Is it commitment or is it lunacy? I'll let you decide. But the day before the game, if I've got a nice new shiny latex mask that I've just got through the post, then it's going to take me 2 to 3 hours to get the base coats on it and get all that done. So that's all done for the game, and then it'll take me probably at least, honestly, 2 hours to get ready, game ready, like this. Essentially, I'm so relieved I managed to connect with this, because otherwise, because I've spent 2 hours getting ready for you.
Yeah, no. 100%.
Yes, it takes a while, and after the game, it's not as if I can just, just take the mask off. It takes an hour to get the mask off. It's well and truly stuck on. So,
yeah, I think you're up there. I think the only other one I can compare that I've had on this show was Frozen Tundra from Green Bay. Jeff.
Oh yeah,
he actually super glues like the foam icicles to his face, and like had to use like alcohol remover to like get the glue.
That's
off.
it. That's exactly it. You've got to use
the passion behind it. It's insane.
Particular latex remover to actually get the thing off, and otherwise it'll take a layer of skin off with it.
Oh my god!
I think it's called exfoliation.
Yeah, exactly. You need those oil valet rags to get.
Yeah, that's
off. Right. Anything reusable for the mask? I mean, like when you paint the latex mask, so it's like, is this a mask you can like switch off and use in the future? How long do they last for?
Well, the manufacturers, they say up to 4 times, but it all depends on how carefully you get the thing off. Sure. This one, I've got a whole collection of them now. I'm thinking, what can I do with these masks? Because they get to the point where you can't use them anymore.
Sure.
So it'd be nice to auction them off for charity or something, should anybody even want one. But
I would imagine any Jags fan out there would love to have that, man. That's awesome.
Yeah,
you came on the scene killing it, my friend. So what's kind of been like the reaction you receive from fellow Jags fans and the team itself? Because obviously at the games, when you're there, when you're present, and especially with everything happening with the London game coming up, I mean, I got to imagine like you've been pretty much a face of a lot of this, right?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, you're right. It does seem that because of the cameras and everything over the last year or so, that people have come up to me and they said, "Is it really you?" Or they've said, "Oh, you're famous." And I'm thinking, "Oh, I'm not famous. I am just a crazy cat in a suit." But yeah, so it's 99.9% is all very positive. Of course, if you draw the eye online and things like that, there's going to be, sadly, a bit of hate, but I'm sure anybody can say the same. So and I don't even know if hate's the right word, but
with success comes hate, my friend, trust me.
Yeah. So yeah, it's all very positive. Hey, I got a chance to speak to Tony Baselli. It's just crazy.
That's awesome.
It's simply because I went to that Bills game dressed like this. Amazon Prime flew me out to the New Orleans Saints game last year, and I met Nick Khan. I shook Trevor's hand. I shook, Coach Peterson's hand, and simply because I'm dressed like this. And I'm very much a case of saying to all Jags fans, or indeed all NFL fans, do it. Be crazy, because you never know what can happen. So it's a great thing. And hey, I got a chance to announce DeAndre Prince at the draft. I mean, that's just incredible. So all because I dress like a crazy cat. So
but with that, and we'll get into it in a sec, you do so much awesome stuff with the persona, with the platform you're given. And actually, when I started doing this podcast, obviously I'm a Bears fan and I want to do a podcast about the Bears. But, I was like, what's going to be my niche? And I'm like, you want to know what? Like, I've met so many super fans over the years, just being a Bears fan and travel and ESF and all these great fan leagues. I'm like, these guys have a story. Like, I think people just get the persona. Like, you see them on TV or on the camera or at the game, you're like, look at this whack job over here. But at the same time, like, you don't understand like the stories and the charities and what they give back to the fans and like the organization, like how big of a part they really are. And like, there's always an awesome story behind it, man. So leading into that, you've been doing so much stuff with your charities. I mean, you recently just skydived for charity.
I fell out of a perfectly good airplane. Am I going to do it again?
Running airplane.
Yeah. I'll be honest, I was absolutely terrified. You know, I mean, I couldn't wear the latex mask. I couldn't wear it, but
Yeah.
I'll send you a picture because I did wear. I wore this. I wore a jersey, and I wore, you know, the trousers and everything, and
Yeah.
that I would wear for the captain. And I couldn't wear the latex mask because you jump at 13,500 feet, and there's free fall for a couple of minutes. And they said that the mask would literally part company from your face, and I just visualized.
Your skin ripping off. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but you imagine somebody in Jacksonville sunbathing or somewhere in Miami, you know, and then they're, you know, sunbathing in their bikini or something on the beach, and then this latex mask just lands on their belly.
A bloody Jaguar mask just lands on them.
Just flopping like a bit of jelly, you know, so jello as you call it. But yeah, so that was crazy. It was terrifying, but I'm glad I did it. I mean, I raised about $1,300 for
That's awesome.
There's a charity in Jacksonville called V for Victory, and they're a cancer charity, and it's a good idea because I mean, I'm a cancer survivor. I'm not going to, you know, go through it all and give you sob stories and stuff, but I do appreciate that if, you know, it's not an individual that's suffering, it's a whole family that's suffering. And you know, just a small deed, even if it's a lift, even if it's a ride to the hospital for their appointment, or if it
means the world,
anything. And that's what V for Victory do. So mainly it was for them. And I was in the army, so we also gave a part of it to a British charity, which is called the Army Benevolent Fund over here. So I'm always constantly on the lookout for other charities and stuff. So I'm currently looking at, you know, just got my ear to the ground for new.
And obviously this is all led into you being made the International Fan of the Year through the Jaguars, man, which is absolutely awesome. So why don't we talk about that and how that came to be, and were you like, oh my God, holy crap, like was it like a shock? Or I mean,
it was a complete shock.
Yeah,
a complete shock and a surprise. You know, I was called to Wembley Stadium by the Jags, who wanted to interview me about, you know, and they sent me a list of questions and everything. It was all very well organized, and the subterfuge was very well planned. And there I was out on the stadium, and next thing I know, I'm given this iPad, and as I say, it's number 71, Tony Pacelli, just saying, "Oh, hi, Captain Duval. We want you. You know, you are the International Fan of the Year, and we want you out of the draft." And I mean, I was completely speechless. So, you know, not only talking to a living legend, but, you know, this just the whole idea. So yeah, completely blindsided.
Hey man, you put the work in, man, the outfit, the charity, everything. I mean, I definitely fully agree that you should have been the International Fan of the Year. I couldn't have thought of a better choice, my friend.
Yeah.
I actually got an opportunity to meet our International Fan of the Year, Mr. James Gowers.
He is
such a nice young kid. Isn't he a great kid?
Yeah, he's really nice. We all met that there are 6 of us English, I should say, International Fans of the Year. We all met up at the draft and everything, became friends, and we've got a WhatsApp group, you know, so it's nice to keep in touch with everyone. But James is a super guy. Yeah, couldn't happen to a nicer guy.
Are you guys doing anything together for the game, being the International Fan of the Years?
Yeah, we must meet up. I mean, he's going to be there. I'm going to be there. It's got to happen, isn't it? It really has.
Yeah,
so,
it's got to, man.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll make sure it does happen. Yeah.
That's super cool, man. So what else is on the rise for Captain Duval nowadays? I mean, like you said, you always got your ear to the ground. What do we got going on the rest of the season now after the London?
Well, as I say, I'm still I'm hoping to get out to Jacksonville for a couple of games before Christmas. So and do a little bit more work out there, not necessarily with V for Victory, but with with some other charities that are that are making themselves known. Over here at the end of October, around Halloween time, the next thing I've actually got booked now is I don't know how it's going to work, and I don't know how painful it's going to be, but it's a fire walk, so it's walking on hot coals. So that should
You
be
find the
interesting.
most interesting ways to do
Yeah.
this stuff, man. I absolutely love it. Skydiving, fire walking now. That's so
Yeah, but
awesome.
you know, honestly, I'm happy to say if you are willing to jump out of an airplane, I'll do it with you. How's that?
There we go. That's awesome. Man.
Yeah.
That's very cool. So you said you're gonna be traveling out to Jacksonville. You've been out to Jacksonville a few times, I'm guessing, correct? Have the
Yeah, we were out there a few weeks. So I picked up the first 2 preseason games, and for the first time went to a training camp. So that was really awesome. Very hot, but
yeah, down in Jacksonville, oh, for sure.
yeah,
my
but
friend.
I do like the humidity. You know, I was told once by one of my daughters that the humidity in Florida is just like having a complete hug 24/7. So yeah.
You're not wrong, man. You're not wrong. You open up the front door, it's like opening up the oven that you're preheating, pretty much.
But you're in Chicago, and I mean, I was out in Chicago just for a couple of days at some point this year, and that's certainly a place I need to go back to because it's such an awesome city.
Oh, thanks,
Yeah.
man. We absolutely love it, dude. I mean, as
Oh,
far
it's
as
incredible.
the views and stuff to do,
Oh,
and the food
yeah.
and the drink and the atmosphere, dude.
Was it the Navy Pier?
Oh, yeah, dude. We love it, man. We're definitely very blessed to have.
I was disappointed though. I went to see the elusive, what was it, the Bean, but it was all cut. It was all fenced off and sealed off and everything at that time. I think there was something going on with the underside of it. I think they were working on.
Correct. Yeah, it sounds like it. Or someone
But
tried
the
to tag it or
skyline,
something
everything
like
is incredible.
Yeah, man. No,
Yeah.
most definitely. That was right before the draft because I got to meet you when we were in Detroit. Because
Yeah.
you were at the tailgating party in Detroit and everything. So,
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I'm glad to have an opportunity to finally meet you out there, my friend, and definitely a great time, my friend. So any plans to the States coming back anytime soon?
Yeah. We'll play it by ear, as I say, Jacksonville, and then into the new year we'll see. But absolutely, yeah. I must get to Chicago again. You know, it is just somewhere that you need weeks to explore it. You know, so.
Well, next time the Bears play the Jacksonville and Chicago, you got to come out, my friend.
Man,
I'll be sure to take care of you, my friend.
Yeah, we
That's
must
for sure.
Yeah.
So your Jaguars are playing my Bears on Sunday, man. How you feeling about the game? I mean, their Jags are coming off a victory.
Oh yeah.
Bears are finding their own. It looks like after the last couple games, our offense is starting to roll. What do you think about the game on Sunday?
I'm nervous about it. I mean, as you say, we've come off of a win, but it wasn't a great win. I think that we've got several injuries that are on the defense, and it's leaving us a bit weak in the secondary, I think. So, I mean, that was very, very clear with Flacco, yesterday with the game. Yeah, so I'm nervous. We're missing at the moment Foye, Aluakin, and Devin Lloyd.
Those are big pieces of the puzzle right there.
Yeah, and we're missing Campbell, cornerback, and we have another cornerback, Antonio Johnson, number 26, and it's bothering me. I mean, he's a great guy. He's a great guy, but it's worrying me the amount of times or the frequency whenever there's a play that's gone wrong, he seems to be in on it. So
we've had a couple of those. We got a couple of those too, my friend. We got a couple of those,
and that's from I mean, as I say, maybe I'm just focusing on him too much, but it's just that for all the last 5 games, you're
the center of disaster, like you're a part of it.
Yeah, there he is again. Yeah. As I say, maybe I'm being unfair, but so I am nervous. I mean,
you guys do have a good record in London, though, as far as wins.
That's what I'm hopeful. They've got to win.
Any given Sunday, the time change. I mean, that affects the players. The Bears have not been as successful as you guys in London. That's what kind of worries me because, dude, like I said, any given Sunday, I mean, the Vikings are 5-0 right now. The world's completely upside down. So it's not the normal NFL we live in. So I don't know what to expect any Sunday anymore.
No.
So,
well, there's going to be a big presence. There's going to be a big Bears presence and it is technically classed as a Bears home game.
Home game, yeah, which kind of for season ticket holders threw a
I
little
know.
ruffle for us out here. But
Yeah. But sure, we'll see. I mean, I'll get around and you know, and speak to as many people as I can, and you know, but
so what's the crowd capacity size at this stadium?
It's not huge. It's not as big as Wembley. You're looking at it was maxed out yesterday around 62, I think, 62,000. So it's not
a
huge.
lot of people, man.
It's a lovely stadium though.
Yeah.
You know, it's you know, custom built really for American football and soccer. It's not the easiest place to get to. It's a bit out of the way in terms of location, and for your followers and your viewers that are thinking of or going there, then they'll need to just be aware that when the game's over and done with, then everything just grinds to a halt, for 2 hours.
No, we have a crew going out there that we're friends with. I think I messaged you and James about them to kind of see if they can hook up with you guys out there.
Nice.
But yeah, dude, I mean, there's gonna be a lot of traveling Bears fans. Even at the game yesterday, I was talking to a lot of people from our crew, and they're like, "We're taking the trip over the pond next week." I was like, "Oh yeah, it's like dedication."
Aren't they? So yeah, so it'll be good. It'll be good to see. So it bothers me that I will be bothered that I'll be there in the stadium and it will be an overwhelming Bears presence, and that will make me kind of, I'll just have to shout. I'll just have to shout louder. That's simple as that.
You just have to pay attention to the line of people lining up to try and get a picture with you, I'm sure.
Yeah.
How's that been at the stadiums? Because again, talking to other super fans like yourself who have such elaborate costumes, man, everyone just wants to get a picture with you.
Yeah, which is nice. Yeah, it's always nice to be appreciated, isn't it? So, yeah.
Does it bug you a little bit? Come on, be honest. He's like, I just want to watch the game. I just want to relax.
No, absolutely not. The only time that it can wear a little bit thin is like if the people supposing I was with all the other, fans of the year and as such, supposing we're all there and they're in their international fan jerseys and stuff. Then if it came to it, they could just take the jersey off and then they're done. This thing ain't coming off, So
I'll see you in a couple hours. I'll be back.
Yeah. Exactly. So I'll be on the tube, I'll be on the bus, on the train hours later, and there'll be still people wanting their photograph taken. So,
like people who don't understand the Jacksonville Jaguars out in the UK are like, you're coming home from a game, you're out and about town, and like somebody sees you. Have you ever gotten like any like crazy response, like a scared, like whoa,
every time, every single day, every time? Because I make a point. People say, "Oh, how does he get to the stadium?" I take public transport. I'm an hour and a half away. Say from one part of London to the other on game day. I'm an hour and a half away by train and by tube and everything. And by bus, and this is what people see on the train. So yeah, it does. It's interesting, because you'll have people that get their phones out and do a little kind of furtive, kind of sneaky photograph.
Look at this guy over here.
Yeah, especially the little kids. There, I'm going there, going. Yeah, especially
I gotta bring it up minorly. My wife's gonna kill me, but I have to bring it up. So we were at the draft with my wife, and then my friend Christian Moore, he's a Dolphins fan. He makes like super elaborate custom chains. He's an amazing guy. Sells them all around the NFL. We were over by our Bears booth, and I was like, "Oh, look, there's Captain Duval over here. Let's go say hi to him." And my wife and him were like, "No, you can't. I'm gonna stay here." I'm like, why? They're like, dude, he's absolutely terrifying. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
Like, oh my God. So I told my wife, I gotta call her out and mess with her a little bit.
Yeah. I don't bite. Not very hard, at least.
Yeah. So, I'm like, maybe I'll give you a little message about not to be scared of him going forward.
I mean, it's understandable. It is it can be quite an imposing and intimidating kind of.
Yeah.
It does make people jump, especially if I'm in an elevator and just coming out, and I'm the first person you see.
No,
that's happened.
I don't think it's scary at all. I think it's fucking badass in my opinion. But I could definitely see. I'm like, okay, maybe if it's like 2 a.m. and I'm at one end of a dark alley and he's at the other end.
Yeah,
I was like, okay, I could see it being scary then, maybe a little.
Yeah,
bit.
there have been some people online that have related me to a serial killer and things like that. So,
oh man, that means you're doing it right. You're doing it right, Simon. Everything about it's awesome, man. Keep it going. We all love it. We all appreciate it, man. It's so cool to have you part of the Superfan family around the NFL. You definitely bring so much to the table, man. And as far as Sunday goes, man, good luck with the game. Obviously, we both want our teams to win, but at the end of the day, I want to see a good football team, a good football game.
A good game. I think it'll be a really interesting game.
Yeah, I mean, two teams very similar with momentum going back and forth. A lot of development issues still, both ends of the ball. So we'll definitely see. Like I said, Jacksonville's coming off a victory. The Bears are starting to figure out their offense. It's going to be two teams colliding. We could go either way, especially with
are you
in the UK.
Are you really happy with your? I mean, has it turned out that is everything you hoped for in terms of your number one draft pick?
See, the Bears fans got so excited about this season with Roma Dunze and DJ Moore and Keenan Allen. We got Caleb Williams and DeAndre Swift. Everyone's been so excited, but I think people's feet kind of came off the ground a little bit and the expectations got a little bit too high. And I think game one, everyone was just expecting them to come out and throw 400 yards and 5 touchdowns. And that's just not reality as far as this is still a rookie quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah.
There's going to take some time to develop. But going into week 6 now, I mean, dude, I am unbelievably happy where this kid is at today. From game 1 to game 6, he's just making massive strides every week. And like some of the stuff that takes some quarterbacks years to start improving on, he's doing it week by week. So as of right now, man, I'm definitely over the moon about Caleb Williams. And
never ceased to. Every time I watch a Jags game, I mean, I see Brian Thomas, number 7.
Yeah,
who was our our first draft pick, and I'm thinking, is he really a rookie? I mean, it looks like he feels so. He looks so comfortable, and he's doing such big plays. I'm thinking, surely he's been doing this for years and years and years in terms of the NFL. But and of course, I must say, a job in the NFL which is always overseen is the kicker. I mean, we've got Little.
Yes.
And he again, an incredible draft pick. So, and he's
4th round pick. We were a little worried about it because of the state of our offensive line. Obviously, I mean, in hindsight, with our offensive line problems, could you say like, oh, maybe we should have drafted an offensive lineman over a kicker in the 4th round? Yeah, probably. But at the same time, like this kid is just putting out there. He's just putting the ball wherever he wants. And last week he was a special teams player of the week for that 66-yard bomb that just sailed right inside the 10. I mean, dude, I'm at home screaming and cheering for a punt. I never thought I'd be doing that in my entire life. Like, yes. No, but it's been a fun team, man. It's been a fun get-go for the Bears. I mean, obviously, the history of football teams and the Bears. I mean, we've been through the ringer for quite some time. So it's nice to have some positive things to talk about nowadays. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, that's right. I think every team has their time in the sun, and the opposite, they'll have their times when they struggle. So it's all part of it, isn't it?
I mean, dude, look at Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence took a little time to get acclimated to the NFL. It took a couple of years for him to find his feet, but then he brought you guys to the playoffs and made you a playoff team. But I mean, you got to give him that time. I mean, you look at Jordan Love for the Packers. I mean, he sat on the bench for 3 years behind Aaron Rodgers and never played a game. I mean, things take time, and I think Caleb Williams has come along great, man.
Yeah. It's all part of it.
Yes, sir. Well, Captain Duval, I'm not going to take any more of your time, man. I appreciate you coming on the show tonight.
Pleasure.
It's been such a blast, dude. I hope to have you again down the road. I always tell everyone, dude, all the charitable stuff you're doing, anything you got going around the NFL that can be supported, feel free to use my page as a platform for marketing, man.
Thank you. Yeah, and we'll have to catch up. We'll have to meet up.
Yeah, most definitely, my friend. Most definitely.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate it, Captain Duval. I'm going to go ahead and end the recording. Just hang tight for a sec. But we appreciate you coming on the show. Okay, sir?
Thank you.
Best of luck on Sunday, sir. Captain Duval, everyone. Captain Duval is such a great guy.
Yeah, I'm a little bummed I missed that. He seemed like my wavelength.
Dude, I could listen to him just talk all day. Maybe it's just British people. Like, I start listening to like British podcasts or something.
Yeah, I wish you would have asked him about the Oasis reunion, actually.
Yeah. Do you think the Gallagher brothers are really going to make it through?
No, that was really cool.
Yeah, no, dude, he's super awesome. He brings such a light to the Jaguars team, dude. Like I said, he's been doing so much awesome stuff with charity, and you saw how elaborate his costume was.
Yeah, it's quite
It took
something.
him 2 hours to get ready for the show, man. And we were having technical difficulties with him in the UK and him like getting on to like StreamYard, the platform I use for the show. And it took about an extra like 15 minutes, but we finally got him on. He's like, "Oh my God, thank God I spent 2 hours getting ready, putting this makeup on." But yeah, Captain Duval, everyone, great guy, love him to death. Jags Bears game, dude. They're both 6-5 in London. I thought they had a better record for some reason. I kind of did a little bit more research. They're both 6-5. So
yeah, it just feels like the Jags are there 5 games every year.
Yeah, it feels like they're there all the time.
Yeah,
you just always hear about the Jags in London.
Yeah,
but like you were saying, dude, the Jags, they're only 1-4 coming off this one last victory, which was not the most prettiest win. But I mean, Trevor Lawrence did throw for a career high 371 yards. So
yeah,
he is coming off of that game. But I think with our secondary minus Brisker, we could still probably keep them under wraps. Their safety linebackers out for the game. Their tight end Ingram's coming back. The running back Ertney hurt himself on Sunday. He's supposed to play, but he's still going to be a little banged up. And DuVernay, one of their top receivers, got injured too on Sunday. So they're playing the injury game like the Bears are, my friend. So all being said, though, I think we do have a winnable game again. This was definitely a W for me. The only thing I could see throwing it off would be like the time frame in London being so early, the time change. Other than that, though, man, as far as quality on the football team, I got the Bears. My friend, I'm going Bears 27, Jaguars 20.
Close to you. I'm going 27-17 Bears. I would be a lot more nervous if the Bears weren't already there. I like that they did. I like that they left early. Get yourself. I mean, they're already there. So get yourself acclimated to the time zone. You know, the last time they went to London, like, didn't they not leave till Friday?
Like a day or two before,
that's so stupid. Get the jet lag out of your eyes, out of your body. Get yourself acclimated to that time zone. I really like that they did that. Yeah, I mean, that's to me, that's the biggest worry about this was that, like, going somewhere uncomfortable and completely out of your routine. Yeah, I mean, I think the Jaguars are definitely a better team than the Panthers, and like it wouldn't like stun me. Oh my God, if the Bears lost, but I see this as a winnable game for the Bears.
I think I'm kind of with everyone else right now. Like, okay, we kind of got our mojo going a little bit. We've been playing some crappy teams the last 2-3 weeks.
Hey, you can only play who's on your schedule.
Exactly. But now I'm kind of at the point personally as a fan, like I want to see them go up against that more challenging team. Coming off the bye, we're going to have Washington
and Arizona, who are all of a sudden both looking pretty decent.
Back and back.
So you're going to get your opportunity real quick here.
Yeah. So after the Sunday game, we got a bye next week. We're going to go ahead and take a break next week for the bye. Not really too much to talk about. You guys know I don't like to do shows when there ain't shit to talk about. Something big happens, we might change our mind. But next Tuesday night, me and Max will have the bye week off with the Bears. Getting ready for Tuesday, October 22nd. We'll be back with special guests from the Commander superfan Jeff Reinhardt, Pork Rind, part of the Hog Farmers. Super nice guy, dude. Ton of charitable stuff. Been talking to him. He's definitely enjoying the Jaden Daniels scenario right now out in Washington. The him and Scary Terry hookup. So we will be off next week, coming back Tuesday, the 22nd at 7 p.m. We'll talk about the end of the Jaguars game, anything that happened during the bye week, and then obviously our upcoming matchup for the Bears at the Commanders on the road, which is going to be a massively talked about game about Caleb Williams versus Jaden Daniels. So really excited to see that game. Everyone go Bears on Sunday in London. Wake up nice and early and have a beer. 8:30, 9:30 a.m. start. 8:30 a.m.
Yep.
Yeah. Rolling out of bed.
Love it.
Onto the couch.
We'll find some English pub ales to drink.
Cheers, everyone. You guys know how we end the show. As always, love you guys to death. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the interview. And as always, bear down, baby.
Bears.
Thank you, and go Bears!
Bear down!
From Harrison and Wabash we rise, tailgating with excitement under the skies. The Foz is leading the way with Billy from the van, rapping jazz, dancing to the Chicago Panthers. And the Mangoes is feeling the beat. Baby Bear and Mama Bear never defeat. Deaf Bear and also roaring loud, and the stereo lurking among the crowd. The Hallis Tower, a symbol of might. Chicago handshake under the night. What is your profession? We ask. Legends of the game, a formidable task. Devin has to speed, behold. Mongo and Dadham will never fold. Sweetness and peanut, heart of steel. Dick Buckus and Mike Dicker, the real deal. Super fans cheering with passion in the air. From Harrison and
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire Stick TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your sports news here first. The daily podcasts are Ken and Ken in the Morning, Lions Talk with Smoking Jeremy B, Wrestling Roundup, The Big Football Show, and more, Shield TV, Lions Villian Report, and Red Zone Rank. The afternoon podcasts are Valhalla Hour, Brosef Sports, WCFL Dolphins Talk, The Cheap Seats, The Bodkin Show, Spirit of Detroit Podcast, and M-Maniacs. The nightly shows are Palace Hall Report, Frozen Tundra Network, Skull Gang 365, The Huddle Sports Network Open Mic, First and 10 with Foz, Main Event Football Show, Prime Sports World, The Man Cave, Prim and Proper Sports, Spitballing Podcast, Lions Fan Cave Chat, Puckett, 313 Den Podcast, The Guys Huddle Podcast, Shots from the Sideline, Let's Talk Sports, the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast, Off the Rails, and Detroit Lions News. Hope you like all the shows. Make sure you follow, like, share, subscribe, and comment.